Alrighty, once again, Peter Gilmore here for my third and final video of the night. This time, it's on Killer of Demons 669. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down below on this channel and all my other channels, which are down below in the description box. If you're on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And share this video all over the internet. And don't forget to tap that bell, turn on all my notifications so you never, ever miss an upload. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. So like the video, share the video, leave a comment in the chat or down below after the video is done. Questions, whatever you want, and we'll have a nice chat, and we'll see what's happening. And then that's it. So like the video, share the video all over the internet, subscribe to my channels, follow me on social media, share the videos like I said, and don't forget to hit that goddamn bell. Very important to hit that bell. That's that. All right, like I said, this is my third video. This is my third video of the night. Check out my NXT review on the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling channel. Link down below in the description box. And the latest edition of the Gilmore Chronicles, TGC 195, down below in the description box as well. Talking about some mental health stuff, my journey with depression, and all the other good stuff. So check it out down below in the gobbledygook. And share them with your friends and tell them to watch. And that's all I gotta say about that. All right, on this late Thursday night, April the 29th, 2021, or if you're now watching from somewhere else in the world, it is now April the 30th, 2021, the final day of April here in America and around the world. So it's about to start May on this coming Saturday. So start a new month. So get ready for that good shit that's happening. So that's that. So on this late Thursday night, it is time for your late and super so far to date Monday night review for April the 26th, 2021 from the Thunder Dome in Orlando, Florida at the Youngling Center. So we got that. All right, so Raw this past week, it sucked. Got 1.77 in viewership. You know, as we're still on the road to WWE WrestleMania Backlash coming up in about 3 weeks. Well, actually 2 weeks from Sunday. So getting more matches formulated and stuff like that. So, but once again, this show puts people to sleep. And from the start of the show, I think everybody went to sleep because, you know, from the start of the show to about midway through, maybe about an hour and a half, 2 hours in, the show was garbage. And then right near the end, it started getting a little bit better, but then fell right back to sleep. And that's it. Because I mean, this is, you know, Raw is the cure for insomnia, so, or as we call it, Raw is snore. But that's all I gotta say about that. Before we get to this crappy, lame fucking show, let's acknowledge the chat as always. Got my good buddy Chase in the chat. He says, "What's up? What's up, Chase? Great video, by the way. Your unboxing of the undisputed World Heavyweight title." Great video there. So check out Chase on YouTube and his unboxing and all that other good stuff. He says, "Dang, which guy did Bobby steal their girl from this time?" What? I don't get that comment. What are you talking about there, Chase? What's going on with that one? Which guy did Bobby steal their girl from? Bobby who? Bobby Roode? Gotta be more specific with that one. So that's all I gotta say about that. But let's move on from there. All right, so like I said, Monday Night Raw was kind of bleh. garbage. Pure and utter garbage. And I'm gonna have to put up with this fucking show in the next couple of days with the first show in May, as we're getting closer and closer to Backlash, and then Backlash is gonna suck, like all WWE pay-per-views have been. Except for a little. WrestleMania was all right. Yeah. Yeah, I remember. Okay. Chase says Bobby Lashley stole Lana from Rusev, remember? Yeah, but that was like a long time ago. But, Lana became a gold-digging whore, and Bobby's like, I want a divorce! But it is what it is. And our sponsor tonight finally got this in the store. Finally. Our sponsor tonight, I don't know if you can see it, Rockstar Punch Fruit Punch. Good shit. Only cost me $2. $2 fucking bucks this cost me at Target. So I had to go to Target to find this shit. I couldn't find it at CVS, couldn't find it at other stores. But thankfully, there's a Target in my area that had this. And hopefully, next time I go back, I can buy a whole case of it. But they only had like 2 or 3 left. But it is what it is. I could have got Monster too, but I like this. This thing is great. Monster is okay, but depending which one you get, I think they had 2 new ones, Pacific Crush, and they had another one. I was gonna buy it, but I was like, all right, let me just hold off on it. So maybe I'll get it next time I go to Target. But this stuff is good. It's good shit. And the cola one they have, good stuff. Hurts your insides a little bit, but I don't give a shit. That's all I gotta say about that. So. All right. I'm going to get wired on this fucking shit. It is what it is. All right. So let's get to Monday Night Monday Night Raw. I like this one. Tonight's show is sponsored by Rockstar Fruit Punch, great taste, and something Steve Coe can't afford. Oh my God. I'm not going to go there, but, I heard he moved. He moved out of town. Have you heard that one, Chase? He moved out of town, so he's not in Leominster anymore. He moved out of town. If you go to his channel, and he has 2 videos up. Like he went to his uncle's house, and the quality of the video looks like shit. But he said he's moving. He's moved out of town. Should move out of the fucking country. That's what I think, but. Just my opinion, but I'm not gonna go there, and I don't really give 2 shits about that fat ass motherfucker. But we move on from there. All right, let's get to Monday Night Raw. All right, so once again we start off Raw with our team of Gun. Heat botching, and oh my God, he just had a bad night, and fans are like wanting his head. They want him on a silver platter, get him off Raw. But he's been there for 3 weeks, and I don't think he's gonna last till Backlash. I'll be shocked, but. They really need to bring. He looks lost. Just make it absurd things that we need a bigger boat, and then Corey goes like, "What?" Slap the fucking shit out of this guy. Come on, go back to the MLB Network. Get the hell out of here, man. Call me up. So that's why I fucking hate Vince. I fucking hate the WWE, and that's as much as I love Stephanie, but I Steph, WWE announcers. I'm sorry, they need announcers. They need backstage interviewers. They need a whole ton of shit for the production side. I'm sorry. Annenberg needs to go. Byron Saxton needs to just go. He sucks. I mean, Michael Cole's a botch machine. It sucks. They need new people. New people. Somebody like maybe a JD or like me or Joe Cronin. I keep saying it. We would blow the roof off commentary. Excuse me. But I don't want to. The thing is, I don't want to work for Vince because I don't want him screaming in my ear every 5 minutes. When I don't know what to fucking say. I'm just standing there, I'm just sitting there looking at the fucking crappy product in the ring. Just let me sit there and commentate. If I want to say something, I'll say something. If I don't have to. I don't want to read off a fucking script. Just let me say what I have to say, and that's it. Fuck that, man. Fuck the script. Or let me go to Ring of Honor, be with Ian Riccaboni or something. I don't mind him, but, he's kind of a douche, but let me be with him and Caprice Coleman on commentary, let me do that. Or be like a backstage interviewer like Quinn McKay or something like that, Back in the day when when they had the hype. Remember when Ring of Honor had the hype videos and they used to do videos and used to have they used to have some guy like interviewing Kevin Steen at times. RH hype video. I forget what it was called. Back in the day when Ring of Honor was still on YouTube, they were doing them before the TV deal, I think. They would do hype videos and all these promos and shit. That was fucking awesome shit. But yeah, man. But really, I think the WWE, TNA, every wrestling company needs to call up some people and get new commentary. Like myself, like Joe or JD. Really. We could tell a better story than Michael Cole talking about freaking, it's boss time! It's boss time! Yay! I'm going to get a hard-on for the boss, Sasha Banks. It's boss time! Fuck that shit, man. Every fucking week, Sasha Banks comes out. It's boss time! Then we have to hear Byron Saxton every time the New Day come on. Oh, the power of positivity! Let's get up there! They're boring. Get them out, please. Anyway, we move on. So, I don't know. I lost my train of thought, but whatever. Anyway, Chase says, I didn't know he moved. That as long as he stays out of Texas, then it's whatever to me. Yeah, right. Same here. He can go off a cliff for all I care. Any updates on Lesnar or any famous WWE superstars returning? No, I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard much. The only thing I heard WWE wise is that they're test running to go back on tour, with fans. They're sort of doing some test runs right now. I don't know what's going to come of that. Still don't know anything about SummerSlam. They want fans in there. They're obviously not going to go to Florida. They might be going to Arizona. They might be going to Texas. So we won't know until probably June. So we'll see what happens with that. I think that's pretty much it. Mark Carrano is back in the company. They fired him. Now he's somehow they brought him back into the company. even though he stole a whole bunch of belts, and I think he was one of the people responsible for Mickie James getting a garbage bag sent to her house. So yeah, he's back, but he's still got a lot of heat on him. Other than that, nothing really happening on with WWE, and that's it. Impact was tonight, and the only thing that really happened on Impact was Kenny Omega was about to get stripped of the Impact World Title. Obviously, that's not happening. And then Sami Callihan attacked Kenny during the show, near the end of the show. So that's I think it's going to lead to something. Kenny is going to be defending the Impact World Title at their next event on May the 15th, called Under Siege. Well, actually, he's not defending, but I apologize for that. He will be there. He's going to be teaming with the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson, as they will take on, I believe, it's Finn Juice and I think Eddie Edwards, I think. Or Sami Callihan. I had the picture, I lost it, but so yeah. So TNA's coming up with another event, not a pay-per-view, but it's an event called Under Siege. So Kenny will be on the show, Gallows and Anderson will be on the show, teaming up against Finn Juice and I believe Eddie Edwards or Sami Callihan. I forget which one. But yeah, so it looks like they might do a program with Sami Callihan and Kenny. You got that shit. Other than that, I didn't really watch much of Impact. The only thing I saw was Rachel Ellering and Jordan Grace are going to defend the belts at Under Siege, the women's tag team belts, against Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz, Fire and Flav. It's the rematch, so we're going to get a rematch from Rebellion, so that's all nice and dandy. Whoopty damn freaking you! And now supposedly, my demon assassin Valerie Sky, otherwise known as Rosemary, is now teaming up with Jessica Havoc. That's kind of weird, but okay. In DK. And for what reason we still have Susan and then Susan, my name is Susan. You respect me. I am Susan. Now Susan's still there, and then we saw the return of Su Yung, the undead bride, but the last time we saw her. So I don't know what's going on with that. So yeah, but Impact was what it was. Like I said, I didn't see much of it, and I didn't really care. And then Brian Myers wants to kill Matt Cardona, wants to injure him. That storyline's still going on. Big Cass had his debut match, a fucking squash match against some jabroni. Now his name is W. Morrissey or William Morrissey. They're calling him now, which is fucking stupid. Just fucking stupid. Who thinks of these fucking names, man? Why can't you just call him Cass? Or just call him what he was in the Indies, Cass XL or something like that. Makes no fucking sense. That's why people need to fucking trademark their names before they go to another company. If I was in Ring of Honor, and then I got called to WWE or to AEW, I'm keeping my goddamn name. I'm not gonna be called something else. I'm gonna be called. I'm gonna be the God of Extreme, Peter Gilmore, or the Extreme Icon. I probably can't use that because Tommy Dreamer have something to say about that, and the Sandman, but I can always mix it up somehow. The guy with the super dick, Peter Gilmore. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. And we move on from there. That's all good. Yeah, that's basically all I say. Whatever. But yeah, but Impact was kind of corny tonight anyway, so yes. All right, we got Renu Sharma in the chat. Says hello. Hi, how are you doing? What you drinking tonight? Where you calling from? Not where you're calling from. Where you coming from? And that's that. All right, let's get back to Raw. All right. So we start off Raw with the boring as fuck commentary team. Then we get to match number 1. Now, it's supposed to be a tag team match player between Mace and T-Bar taking on Strowman and Drew McIntyre. So Mace and T-Bar come out. They have new face paint, looking like the Ascension 2.0, which a lot of people on Twitter call Ascension 2.0. All they needed was the theme and the Illuminati logo. Yeah, they go to the ring, and then we go to the gorilla position where we see Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre before they went out. Braun wants to thank you, and Drew's like, well, why should I thank you? So Braun calls Drew a kid. He says, I'll fight them 2-on-1 because you can't do the job and follow my lead. Drew's like, I'm a WWE champion, I'm this and that, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you should be listening to me. It's like, I'm going to go out there, handle this like I am, because I took out Shane McMahon, I took out, this and that. I'm going to show you how it's done. So I was like, okay. So I gave that little segment 2.25 out of 5 stars. And then we get to the handicap match, the 2-on-1 handicap match. And this was a fucking waste of time. Braun comes in, the Ross's hand. What was Mike Hamilton? Not Mike. That's Greg Hamilton. Mike Rome, I think is the Raw announcer. I'm not sure. Who cares? Should be me. Anyway, so Braun takes the mic from his hand and says, "This is gonna be a handicap match. I'm gonna break him off. I'm gonna get these hands." Stuff like that. So blah 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 blah. Basically, it starts off with Braun T-Bar. They go at it. Braun knocks off the apron, hits a splash in the corner of the T-Bar, then another one. Mace comes from behind, gets a little offense in with a leg lariat. T-Bar comes in, they start beating the crap out of Braun over and over again, tagging in and out. And makes people happy because it's textbook wrestling, tag team wrestling 101. Braun starts fighting back, but T-Bar stomps him down in the corner, just beating him down with ruthless aggression, as Corey Graves says. Mace joins in, and the referee's counting him out, and gets to 5, and he's like, "That's it." So Braun wins by disqualification. It's like, hey, this pointless and to the point. So Braun Strowman wins by disqualification, 5 stars. Continue to beat down, and guess how McIntyre goes to work on Mace, and then Braun comes back on T-Bar. They face off, and they throw them from the ring. And then Drew's like, "What? No, thank you." And then Braun's like, "Huh, you're funny." And that's it. So I'm like, oh, I know what's gonna happen now, and it happens. So we get this goddamn tag team match anyway, and it wasn't even good. It was garbage. I was like, come on, man. So this crappy match, I guess you can call it match 1A or whatever, starts off with T-Bar and Drew. Drew hits the Glasgow Kiss headbutt, knocks both of them down. Mace comes in, and they go to work on Drew. Mace with the armbar, changes the offense. Drew versus Iron, hits a left sweep, But it is what it is. Drew makes his own comeback, clothesline off the top rope, does the kip up, and T-Bar's in trouble. T-Bar starts fighting back, but gets up. But Drew hits the Future Shock DDT, goes for the cover. Mace makes the save. Braun comes in, wipes Mace right out, and then he goes outside, and he's like, here comes the Lex Express. I mean, the Braun Express. And then we hear Adam on Rogue's like, we need a bigger boat. And then Corey Graves has to tell him to shut the fuck up. Ugh. Horrible fucking commentating by this guy. This guy needs to go. I'm sorry. So he takes out Mace, and then he's going for T-Bar, and then he runs into a clothesline by Drew. Oops. And then everybody's down. The referee's counting to 8 to 9. T-Bar gets in the ring at 9, and Drew's trying to get in and couldn't make it as T-Bar and Mace win the match by countout. And I proceed to get my Book of Doom and proceed to do this. This show makes me want to kill myself. I'm sorry. It's fucking horrible. The show is garbage, man. It needs to go back to 2 hours. It's fucking horrible. 3 hours is too much. And they need better writers because Bruce is running the show into hell right now. It's horrible. Fucking horrible, man. Fucking horrible. Just utter piss poor garbage. And that's all I gotta say about it. So yeah, so T-Bar and Mace get the win via count out in a match that really should never have happened. Or should have just started the whole fucking show, and then instead of getting that fucking 2-on-1 handicap match, which was garbage in itself and a stupid finish. So we get a stupid finish in this waste of time. So blah, 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 blah. So there goes 10, 15, 20 minutes of your time that you can't get back. But still, the match was garbage, and I give it a 1.5 out of 5 stars. Just utter fucking garbage. And that's that. Afterwards, Braun gets the running power slam. And he's like, this is how you repay me? And he's like, when will you ever learn? And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. So I was thinking, yeah, since this is the beginning of the show, I was like, yep, we're probably gonna get a Drew McIntyre Strowman match to end the show. Obviously. That's WWE logic. It's fantastic. Shoot me now. But I digress. So Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman later in the show. Whoop-de-damn freaking you. And that's that. All right, then they talk about Make-A-Wish Day, which is today. A World Wish Day, I'm sorry. So they were talking about Raw. They were talking about it on NXT on Tuesday night. So for all those Make-A-Wish kids, they hopefully got their wish, met their favorite superstar or actor, or whatever. You know, nobody called me, but it is what it is. I love the kids, you know. I love the children. I love the children. I'll make your wish come true. I like that. It is what it is. I digress. Anyway, let's move on from there. All right, then we go to the back. We see Drew McIntyre go to Adam Pearce, Mr. Goon himself. He's like, I want a match. So Adam's like, got it. I can do that. So that's that. So Braun's going to be fighting not once, not twice. Braun's got the endurance. He's a man of steel. So he can go all night long. But it is what it is. Ask his girlfriend that one. But it is what it is. All right. We move on from there. So I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. All right. Then we go to the ring with our favorite person, The Miz, and Johnny Drip Drip. and we see a man known as Elias and Gunner at ringside in the ring, and it's time for everybody's favorite show, Miz TV. So Miz talks about everything that's going down. Talks about his WWE 24 documentary, which debuted on Sunday, which I did not get to see most of it. I'm gonna watch it probably tomorrow or something like that, because I was watching the Something Better, which was the Roddy Piper biography, which is fucking tear-jerking in itself. Whew. And I mean, at Sunday we got the Macho Man Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth. You know, on this Sunday, the biography of Macho Man Randy Savage and Elizabeth. Whew. That's going to be a tearjerker in itself. Ugh, 2 weeks in a row. Fucking good stuff for this 8-part biography that the WWE is doing. You know, they had Stone Cold Steve Austin the first week. They had Roddy Piper last week. They're going to have Macho Man this week. And then I think they're going to do one on like Ultimate Warrior. I think they're doing one on Shawn Michaels. I think they're doing one on like Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels. I think they're doing one on Mick Foley. So that's 7. Or 6 or 7. I think they got 2 more after that. I don't know who. But it's basically legends. So I don't know if they're going to do one on The Undertaker or what they're going to do. But it's a good stuff. It's 2 hours of good stuff. Like going back from the early days to, you know, up until now. And, you know, with Piper, they went all the way back to when he started wrestling, and then they talked about, you know, him growing up and being in Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, which was then before World Championship Wrestling, before NWA. Showed him and Greg Valentine in that bloody as fuck dog collar match at Starrcade 83. Then, you know, they showed the WrestleMania 1 stuff with Mr. T and Hogan. And, you know, all the stuff, you know, so they didn't show much of WCW, except when Hogan beat him up at World War III, and they showed his scars and stuff. You know, they showed him and Macho Man, you know, beating him up in that horrible looking cage match, which Piper won because Macho Man fucked up. But still, that documentary was awesome. It was great. I can't wait for the Macho Man biography and that stuff. And the show that comes after it, the WWE Treasure Show, where they try to look for old memorabilia from the wrestlers and stuff. Not bad. They had Undertaker and Kane last week, looking for the urn, and that Paul Bearer hit Taker with, you know, to start the turn and stuff like that. And then they showed Kane's mask, even though it's not the original mask. They showed the second mask he had. And they showed a lot of interesting stuff on that show. And this week, I think, is Jerry Lawler. So some good stuff on Sunday. So get to watch it. Good stuff. But I'm going to be watching. I'm actually having on my DVR taped already, ready to record. Macho Man Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth. Ain't that right, Miss Elizabeth? That's right, Randy. You know, we're going to be talking about that. That's going to be tear-jerking and stuff. I can't wait. Cannot wait. It's going to be awesome. Awesome, baby. Awesome. All right. So anyway, go back to Miz TV. He talks about his documentary and then a new episode of Miz and Mrs., which did on Monday night after Raw. Then he brings up Elias and Gunner in the ring with them. So him and Johnny Drip Drip and MC Miz, they congratulate Bad Bunny for selling out his 2022 tour, and they take credit for their star power rubbing off on him, but they didn't get tickets. Perhaps they should have got him a present. And as it turns out, they're going to do the universe a concert. So Elias gets on the mic and talks about their musical genius and compares the New Day to a middle school band. Ouch. And then they sing their version of "Hey Hey Hop Hop acoustically and sounded really bad. I mean, Gunner's like, hey, hop, hop, I don't know the words, I'm just gonna run my mouth, oh, go. It sounded so it didn't sound out of tune, just out of whack, just bad. And then when, I was like, please, it's like, stop, just stop, please stop. Anyway, and then the lights go out, and then Damian Priest comes out with his entrance, and he saw he had to interrupt. It just felt like a concert he had to attend in person, like when you had a front row seat to watch The Miz lose the Bad Bunny at WrestleMania. He says the performance moved him, and now that they want to present Miz and company with something. So then the New Day come out, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. They come out, and Xavier Woods has a guitar case, like a big ass acoustic guitar, something. And we all thought it was his bass guitar, which he had last week. But he opens the. Get ready for it. Get ready to grab your Book of Doom, ladies and gentlemen. He opens the case, and we all know it was a bass guitar, but he opens it up, and it's full of tomatoes. And it's like, this thing is rotten. And they start throwing tomatoes at everybody. I mean, hitting the commentary team, and not in the same thing. I was like, oh, please just knock one of them out. Like, so hard he's knocked out for the rest of the night. I'm like, please. So they start throwing the tomatoes. I I went on Twitter. The attack of the boring as fuck segment, or something like tomatoes or something like that. I mean, really, tomatoes? Tomatoes. What has this company gone to, man? Tomatoes. Fucking tomatoes, man. That's why this fucking show is a circus. This company is a fucking circus. That's why they're still PG. Tomatoes. Fucking horrible. So, yeah. So, thankfully, that fucking segment ended. And that's that. And then we get to this crappy 6-man tag team match. So, the segment I gave 1.5 out of 5 stars. I'm trying to be generous, but 1.5 out of 5 stars. That's that. And then we get to this crappy 6-man tag team match, which wasn't even great. So some residual, tomatoes at ringside. So I thought this was going to be, the New Day and Damian Priest versus, Miz, Morrison, and maybe Elias, but Miz, I guess Morrison, I don't know what's up with Morrison. We haven't seen him in a match in a while. And that goofy fucking haircut. So he's outside the ring. So it's Miz, Elias, and Gunner. And, yeah. It's stupid. So it starts off with Riker. No, it starts off with Xavier Woods getting worked over, puts him down on Elias with an elbow block for a near fall. Miz comes in, he gets a drop toe hold into a headlock. And then then Kofi and Xavier double team Miz, and then a big tag to Damian Priest sends Miz towards the tag from Gunner. And then the big men go at it, because big men do big things. Priest gets the advantage with a kick and a leg sweep. Then the same for Elias, and then the same for Miz. And then the heels go on the outside. Xavier grabs his trombone. I don't know where that came from. And starts playing some stupid shit. And then we go to break. Oh, wait, well, actually, don't go to break yet. Then Kofi Kingston hits a froggy crossbody for a near fall. Then he runs up in the wrong corner. And the heels start beating him up. And as we go to break, we come back. They're still in control of Kofi. Morrison gets a little bit in, and Tomato got used. I'm like, really? So, Elias hits the ego trip for a near fall. Then they do some ground and pound for a little bit. They tag in and out, working over Kofi, and then Kofi tried to get the tag to Xavier, but Xavier gets knocked off the apron. Miz then hits the yes kicks, but Cody comes back with a sloppy SOS, and it's the big tag to Damian Priest, who comes in like a house of fire, going nuts on everybody. Elias avoided some moves, but can't avoid the spinning leg lariat, which gets a near fall. He goes up top, another spinning heel, gets another near fall. Miz then kicks him in the mush, and then Damian gets the broken arrow to Miz, tags in Xavier, who jumps right into Elias's knee, and Elias gets a near fall out of that. Gunner comes in, and then Kofi comes in, and then they hit a dropkick Russian leg sweep combination on Gunner. Priest hits a crazy flip dive onto the outside, but then that leaves Gunner and Elias with Kofi. Kofi takes Elias out with a clothesline over the top rope, and then Xavier rolls up. Xavier rolls up Gunner with a fruit roll up circa 1921. 1, 2, 3. The new day, and Damian Priest get the win. And a match I gave 2 shits. I didn't care. So I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. And that's that. Kind of sloppy, kind of boring, and I really didn't give 2 craps about it. And that's all I got to say. All right, let's move on from this shit. Because it's almost 1 o'clock. I'm going to watch some TV. Do some, maybe lay down for a little bit. But it was. All right. But after that, we see the lovely Sonya Deville, the other authority figure, if you will, for the SmackDown side. She's outside. She comes to Raw, and I'm like, what is she doing here on Raw? So she goes to open the door, and out comes, yep, you guessed it, Horseface Charlotte Flair. Oh, but we thought she was suspended. What are you doing here? I think you know. But seems like Sonya has some interesting things for Charlotte, but we'll see what happens with that. And we move on. I'm going to find out that next. So I gave 5 stars. We come back. We have Sonya Deville in the ring with Charlotte, with Horseface, and the referee who officiated the match. I believe it was Charlotte and Asuka, I think. I forgot. Anyway, it was Eddie Erlingo. Gringo? No, Erlingo. Say that 5 times fast. Erlingo. He's also in the ring. He was the guy that got his ass handed to him last week. So we get a replay of that. Back, and Sonya thinks that Adam Pearce's decision of suspending Charlotte indefinitely and fining her $100,000 was a little bit rushed, and she wants to hear Charlotte's side of the story. So Charlotte's like, I understand the error of my ways, and I apologize to management, the WWE Universe, and to you, Eddie Erlingo, you sexy man, you. She's like, my instinct took over, and I'm here tonight to be the better woman and take the high road. Eddie, I'm sorry. So Eddie, being a fucking dick referee, he's like, Charlotte, I accept your apology. And then he admits that he didn't see Rhea interfere, and if he did, that she would have won the match. So he's like, well, since Charlotte, you paid your $100,000 in full, probably got it from Andrade or her daddy. She says, since you're you paid the fee, blah blah blah, your suspension is now paid, blah blah blah, and you will return to competition starting. You will return to in-ring competition, blah blah blah, and Eddie Oringo will be the referee for your match, obviously. But Shaw's like, nah, I'm not done. I don't think that's good enough. I want an apology from Eddie Oringo. So Eddie's like, fuck. Charlotte, I apologize. So Shaw's like, good boy. Good little lapdog. Good little lapdog. You can lick the pussy later. Like, really? So Eddie opens the road for and Sonya. They leave. And yeah. So I'm thinking Twitter and everything on Facebook. I'm like, what was the point of this suspension? Anyone? Really? What was the point of suspending Charlotte just to bring her back for a week? Just to bring her back and have the fucking referee apologize to her for this fake ass apology by Charlotte and this fake ass apology by Eddie Oringo. Stupid as fuck. I mean, why did you have a fucking... Makes no sense. This fucking thing makes no sense to me. I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna see Charlotte in a match. And I was thinking, since Eddie Oringo is the referee, that Eddie's gonna screw her again. Not like that, but you know, something's gonna happen between Eddie and Charlotte. But we'll see what happens. So I gave all that 5-star, blah blah blah. And then after that, we see Adam Pearce. I think he was outside or something like that. Back, and he is pissed. And then someone's like, you know, I was gonna tell you, but you know, you would get mad. Like, I didn't tell you, blah blah blah. It was just a simple communication breakdown. And then Adam's like, I don't know if I even believe you, if I should believe you. So basically, they're doing a authority type storyline where like Adam Pearce is Triple H, or Adam Pearce is Stephanie McMahon, and Bill is like playing the protagonist Triple H or something, in different roles. Kind of stupid and boggles my mind. So like Sonya's the devil and Adam Pearce is like he makes the matches and shit, and Sonya's like, I don't think we should do that. I think we should do this. It's just a weird storyline or whatever the living fuck it is, but it is what it is. That's all I gotta say about that. Fuck it. That's that. All right, so I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. All right, then we see the United States champion Sheamus Fella walk into the ring. He has another open challenge to give us. We'll see what happens with that. But first, we see Braun Strowman walking up to Adam Pearce. Gets more TV time than the people in catering. So he's pissed over what happened a couple of weeks ago. He wants a triple threat match at WrestleMania Backlash for the WWE title if he beats Drew. And he's like, are you going to make the match, or do I have to ask Sonya Deville for the match? And then Adam's like, I'll do it. It's okay. You got it. I mean, Adam Pearce is a pussy, man. Come on, man. Former NWA champion, and you're backing down to a fucking Braun Strowman. Pussy you are, man. Come on. I thought authority figures are supposed to be, you know, they don't back down from anybody. Guess I was wrong. Hey, fuck you. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about that. All right, moving on. Chat room's still open if you guys want to come in and talk and shoot the shit, shoot a load. I don't know, whatever. Let's finish this off. All right. After that, we see what happened last week when Sheamus issued an open challenge. Humberto Carrillo comes out, gets the crap beat out of him. So Sheamus is talking about that. He's pretty proud of it. He wants to watch it over and over and over and over and over again, so we get that. So he says he's a fierce fighter and a generous fella, and he's decided to issue another open challenge. However, once again, the title will not be on the line. So who should come out? But then Humberto Carrillo comes down. Sheamus is like, again? Are you out of your mind, Esse? Are you loco, Esse? Like he said, that was great. So Sheamus cheap shots him, beats the crap out of Humberto Carrillo. But this time, Humberto makes the comeback, some drop kicks, and a tope suicida, sending Sheamus flying over the announce table. Said he did a hit and Virgin back. Damn. And then, so Humberto Carrillo goes up the ramp. He's all happy. He's like, "Yay! Look at me! I did it!" And then Sheamus is yelling at the announcers and just throwing chairs and shit. I was like, dude, come on, calm down. I mean, hit and Virk first, and Byron, just lay both of them out. I just have Corey Graves do commentary for the rest of the night. That's my opinion. That's all I gotta say about it. So looks like we're gonna get a United States title match probably this week on Raw. Sheamus and Humberto Carrillo. I just hope Sheamus doesn't lose the belt to that jabroni, but we'll see. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. All right, after that, we see MVP and the almighty WWE Champion Bobby Lashley walking backstage. And then Kevin comes up to them to ask a question. So MVP says he deals in reality, and they have some grievances they want to address in the ring. So we'll see what happens with that. So I give that 2 5 stars. And we move on from there. Then we stay in the back with the WWE Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley. She talks to Cyber and is asked to comment on Flair. She says Charlotte's apologies never mean anything, and maybe we pass will cross. Didn't that happen at WrestleMania 36? Anyway, she says that she's too busy being in that 6-woman tag team match later on with herself, Nia Jax, and Shayna Baszler as they take on the lovely Asuka. Nobody is ready for Asuka. And Naomi and Lana. Whoopie damn do. So I 2 out of 5 stars. That's that. Then we go to the ring. We get the epic entrance of the almighty WWE Champion Bobby Lashley. Comes out with MVP. And then we see some pictures of Lashley and Drew at WrestleMania. So that was pretty nice. Some still pictures and shit. So it's still doing that. So to get in the ring, Lashley talks about how he walked out of WrestleMania as the champion. He held the title up high and demanded respect. The respect he received from the live audience was like a dream come true. And making it even better was Drew lying at his feet. Now Drew's like that piece of bubblegum stuck on the bottom of your shoe. You can't get rid of it. And then he says he's going to get rid of him at Backlash. But now him and MVP are upset that the WWE would dare add Braun Strowman into the match. He says they can't do these types of things without seeking the opinions of him and MVP. So MVP points out that Lashley lost the United States Championship the same way. Nobody pinned or made him submit. And he calls it, the idea of this happening again is disrespectful. And it's not fair. And then Lashley will have to observe his business interests later on. And nobody will stop him. And he will leave Backlash as champion. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So we'll see what happens with Drew and Braun in the main event. And Bobby Lashley will have a keen eye on things. And we'll see what happens with that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. And we will move on from there. And that's it. All right. If I can get my notes in order. Here we go. All right. Then we see last week with Randy Orton in his voice. And him beating Randy Orton last week. We saw that. So this week, Riddle riding circles around Kevin. Kevin's like, You're gonna break his neck. Come on. Talk about how he's on cloud 12. Sandy up here. Riddle's talking out of his ass and just looking like he's high every time he talks. Must be that RVD weed. And Randy's like, you beat me last week. I kind of underestimated you. And you sort of earned my respect. And he's like, that thing you were talking about, RK Bro? It's kind of catchy. So if you're interested, I booked a tag team match for us. So Will's like, oh my god, coming in his pants. And Riddle's like, oh, we can wear snakeskin speedos and shit like that. And Randy's like, no. It's like, just see how things go. And maybe something will work out. Let's see what's speaking. That's it. So Riddle's all happy. He's going around. It's like, yeah, okay, bro. And Randy's like, why me? Why? I completely understand, Randy. I completely understand. Why do you have to team with a fucking weed smoker? Could be worse. It could have been RVD, but it is what it is, and that's all I gotta say with that. So I gave that segment 2 out of 5 stars. So see the debut or the debut of RK Bro. Let's see how that goes, and we move on from there. Blah 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 blah. All right. After that, we see last week with Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke making fun of Nia Jax, saying Nia's back while Shayna was alone with Mom. That crap happened last week. Not just Flair, also a spoiled brat, just like Mandy and Dana. Shayna says to forget all that, and it's time to leave all the distractions behind, including you, Reggie. And Reggie's like, what did I do? They talk about the match coming up, and Shayna's like, no more distractions. And then we see some guy, some statement, come in. Well, we see somebody giving Nia Jax some flowers, and it's our good buddy Angel Garza. So he gives it to Nia. And Nia's like, oh, Angel, thank you so much. Can I suck your Latino cock too in front of Reggie? I'm like, and Reggie's like, what the fuck's going on here? I thought I was your guy. Well, not anymore there, Reggie. You got competition, son. So they leave, and they're going down the hall. And then they see Mandy and Dana getting makeup, put on, and then put these in a glass for me. Smash the shit out of Mandy Rose with the fly. Holy crap! That was the only good thing I liked, and that was it. So yeah, they're laughing about it, like like what I did. So that's the only good thing about that segment. It's not smashing the flowers. I mean, just destroy those. Whew. Sucks to be you, Mandy Rose. And that's it. So I gave that segment 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much it. And we move on. We see Braun Strowman working out. MVP come up to him. He tells MVP start talking. So MVP starts talking, but Braun's not listening. And he said, "There's nothing that you or Lashley can do to stop me from getting into the match at Backlash." So we'll see what happens with that. So I gave that 2 out of 5 stars, and we move on. All right, we get to our next match. RK Bro, Randy Orton, this voice taking on, and Riddle taking on Shelton Benjamin and why I have no freaking idea. So anyway, match was okay, nothing great. Riddle starts off with a gut wrench on Cedric, goes with a bro mission, but it's a little too early for that. And then Cedric with a dragon screw leg whip, and then tags in Shelton. Riddle tries for a comeback, but Shelton works over the knee, gets Riddle to the other side of the ring. So they isolate Riddle for a little bit. They double team, and still working on that leg. Shelton with the old knee breaker into a half applied half crab. But Riddle fights back, gets the hot tag to Randy Orton, who comes in like a house of beating the crap out of Shelton. And then Shelton comes back with a spin that dragon kick, and Randy comes back with that patented power slam, and is setting up for the Gilmore cutter, and Cedric jumped off rope in midair, and you know what happens when people, especially if Randy Orton or me or myself are in the ring, and you jump off the top rope or you jump off from somewhere, boom, bang. So thank you, Cedric Alexander, for getting a Gilmore cutter. Thank you, and good night. So Shelton sets himself up for the draping DDT. Randy hits it, and then Riddle's like, tag me. And Randy's like, fuck, why do I have to? Damn it, fuck. So he's like, all right. Tags in. Riddle hits the floating bro. 1, 2, 3. RK Bro, get the win. And that's it. So it is it. So that was it. And then afterwards, Randy's like, this could be interesting. So we'll see what happens with RK Bro coming up this week. And I thought, Corey Graves like, he's gonna attack him, and nothing happens. So this RK Bro thing might actually be something that the WWE can use, and maybe they can push them as a tag team, and maybe go after AJ and Owens for the tag team belts, and maybe have them win it. I'll be okay with Randy getting another tag team title, and Riddle gets his second tag team title since he won the NXT tag team title. But RK Bro could be a big thing for the WWE, but we'll see what happens. I'm not for it. I'm gonna see what happens with it, but who knows? I just don't like Riddle and Randy Orton as a tag team. It just sounds really stupid. But especially for Randy. Randy's too good for the tag team title. He's too good for a meaningless tag team with a guy that smokes weed. Go figure. I don't know. And that's that. So we move on from there. So match was alright. I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's that. All right. After that, we go to the 6-woman tag team match with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, the women's tag team champions, and the Raw Women's Champion Rhea Ripley. They take on the lovely Asuka. Nobody is ready for it. Then Lana and Naomi come out, and Byron Saxton like, come on guys, feel the glow. And Corey, the line of the night. It was probably the line of the year. I think he saw it, like Byron was probably doing this, the house music stuff, like from the Jersey Shore bro and shit. Corey Graves goes, Saxton, sit down. It's like, sit down, Saxton. 45 years old and still has the nightlight on or some shit like that. It was funny as fuck. I was laughing up a storm. Great. Corey, I hate Corey Graves at times, but when he bashes Byron Saxton, it makes me feel good. Not down there, but makes me feel good. So we get to the match with anything right home about. He there. He gets in a little bit later. Blah blah blah. So now I'm just gonna paraphrase because I don't want to even talk about this match. Match was corny as fuck anyway. Kind of went both ways. We're getting to the end, and Reggie causes a distraction. Tags Nia, who plans on to be face first, and Asuka had to break up the pin. She gets tossed to the outside, and then Naomi with a blind tag to Lana. Rhea hits the riptide on Naomi, but she goes for the cover, but the ref is like, it doesn't count. She's not the legal man. And then Lana with a cross body for a near fall. And then on the outside, Asuka gets taken out. Lana gets another near fall on Rhea Ripley, but Rhea comes back, hits the riptide, and I was like, pin her, just pin her, just get this match over with. But she tags in Nia for some reason, and Nia goes off the ropes, and she goes dun, 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 dun. Leg drops on Lana. She hits the leg drop on Lana. 1, 2, 3. They get the win. Match sucked. I gave it 1.5 out of 5 stars. And she's laying on Lana. Lana's doing her best. I can't breathe impersonation. Well, you I don't think you could breathe under the girth of freaking Nia Jax. She's fat. You son of a bitch. She's fucking fat. And I'll be gasping for air too, if you know what I mean. But so Max sucked. That's all I gotta say about that. 1.5 out of 5 stars. All right, after that, we see Sonya Deville. She's not too impressed with what Mandy and Dana did, because Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke come out, and Shayna goes over. Shayna basically goes over to them, and they throw water at her, and landing on the water. So more humiliation for Nia Jax. And then Shayna's trying to pick her up. They're falling all over the place. I'm like, just because of one little botch that freaking Mandy Rose had at WrestleMania, they're making this into a fucking storyline, with Nia Jackson. My whole thing. I mean, really, come on now. Stupid fucking shit. Stupid. Stupid, I say. Stupid. And that's it. So Sonya is not too impressed with Mandy and Dana. Dana and Mandy thinks it's hilarious. So Sonya decides that Mandy will take on Charlotte later on. So Mandy's like, fuck. And Dana's like, you got this. You got it. You got it. Let's go back to catering and have some more cookies. So I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. Nobody gives 2 fucking fucks at all. All right, after that, we go to Alexa Bliss's playground, where we have the lovely Miss Bliss and her best friend in the whole wide world, Lily, next to her, the doll. She says we can have our own Lily, we just have to ask nicely. Well, can we have Lily on WWEshop.com? Can we? I mean, we have the Fiend mask. I think, Lily might be appearing on WWEshop.com for that low price of like $59.99. You know how WWE loves to bump things up for a meaningless doll or a mask, like a Fiend mask, $150 plus shipping and handling. Really, $150 for a mask that you can get on eBay for like $50 or Amazon. But hopefully they have a little doll. It is worth, depending on how much it is, I might get it. Anyway, she tells us to look into her eyes and think dark, twisted thoughts. Something in, and then she's like, relax, repeat Lily's name 3 times, then relax, take a deep breath, and think about how peaceful it is, or not. And then Lily starts screaming and like going completely berserk. I'm like, damn, I was having a good dream. Oh well. So Alexa says it's time to unleash Lily. She's tired of doing nothing, and she wants to unleash Lily to play with the rest of the WWE, but don't blame her for what happens next. And she's like, she has the doll in front of her. She goes, Lily, baby, do it. And then that ends it. So I guess we're gonna see what happens with Lily next week. I don't know if they're gonna actually have somebody dress up as Lily. Maybe be Liv Morgan. Maybe be Nikki Cross. I don't know. But still creepy as fuck. So I gave it a creepy as fuck 2 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. Blah 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 blah. That's it. All right, after that, we get the Charlotte Flair and Mandy Rose. We get a recap of last week of what happened and a replay of Charlotte's apology. So, Get that. Match wasn't anything to write home about. Mandy got some offense in, but in the end, Mandy takes advantage of Eddie and Charlotte, disagreeing on the count. Gets a couple of near falls out of that. And then Charlotte with the STO into the corner. Then hits natural selection. 1, 2, 3. Horseface Charlotte Flair gets the win. Blah, blah, blah. Did not care. So I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. As Charlotte makes sure he opens for her. And that's pretty much it. So I guess that Charlotte is going to have Eddie Aringo. No bitch. I mean, referee for her matches now. I don't personally care. I don't care. That's all I got to say about that. I don't care. And that's that. And we move on. All right. After that, we get Kevin talking to Drew McIntyre, asking about the whole Braun Strowman situation. He said Braun's is all about getting handouts, and it's a monster. And he says it only can end one way, and that is with a Claymore. And that's pretty much it. So I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars. And we move on from there. All right. Then we get to the main event. Drew McIntyre taking on Braun Strowman. If Braun wins, he gets put into the match at Backlash, making it a triple threat for the WWE title. Match was pretty good. Pretty good. Also with Braun with the advantage. Runs an shoulder attacks on Braun by Drew. Not the greatest idea. Braun hits some of his own. Braun hits a forward roll. He comes back working on the knee. And then Braun tosses the rope and out of the ring. He's about to chuggy go for the Braun Express, but here comes Bobby Lashley and MVP to stop it. So no Express for you there, Mr. Braun. As we go to commercial, we come back. Braun's on the offense. He misses in the corner. Drew hits a big belly-to-belly suplex. It was pretty nice. On a 385-pound man. So, the commentator's like, I can't believe he picked him up. So MVP gets up, tells Drew to handle his business. He's like, don't you want to be champion? So kind of giving him a pep talk. So Drew gets up, and he's looking for the Claymore. He runs, and Braun hits a big-time powerbomb for a near fall. Then he goes to hit the big clubbing blow across the chest, but Drew fights it off, hits the Glasgow Kiss headbutt, sending Braun down. Then he hits a spine buster for a near fall. Braun places Drew up top, follows him up, goes for a superplex, hits the superplex, goes for the cover. Drew kicks out at 2. Didn't look like a great superplex, but it is what it is. Because it kind of looked like a brain buster, as they called on commentary. Then he hits the big crushing blow across the chest. Drew gets up. Braun splashes him in there. And then he's about to go for the running power slam. MVP pulls Drew out of it while Lashley distracts the referee. This led to Drew hitting the Future Shock DDT. He sets up for the Claymore, but then T-Bar and Mace come out, and they cause a distraction, which led to Braun hitting the power slam. 1, 2, 3. Braun Strowman gets the win, and now he is added to the match for the WWE title at Backlash. So it'll be Bobby Lashley defending the belt against the number 1 contenders, Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman. And we'll see what happens with that. Match itself was all right. Gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. And after the match, Drew and Braun are staring in the ring. They're jaw jacking at each other. And Bobby's like, I got the belt. Look at me. Ah! And then Braun and Drew look at each other. And they point at Bobby, and then they stare at Bobby, who's just holding the belt up. So it's gonna be an interesting couple of weeks to see how this match plays out, and all the hype going into it. So we'll see what happens Monday night Raw this Monday night. But still, it wasn't bad. The ending was all right, but you kind of knew that. I was hoping that Braun wouldn't win, and they'll just continue to bury Braun, but Braun's in the match now. It makes it a little bit harder for Bobby to retain. I still think he's going to retain, and then I don't know what's going to happen with him going into Money in the Bank and then going into July and August by SummerSlam. But maybe there's an outside chance Brock Lesnar comes back for SummerSlam and gets fights Lashley. That may or may not happen. I mean, we still don't know where SummerSlam is going to take place. If it's going to be at it's not going to be at the Youngling Center because the lease ends on August 3rd. So I don't know after August 3rd. I don't know where the Thunderdome is going to be because the WWE's doing some test runs with fans. They want to go back on tour again, so they're testing to see what they can do. But as of right now, they can't use Florida, so Florida's out. And the only other two places they could go is Arizona or in Texas. And Texas looks to be the likely choice. But where in Texas, I don't know, maybe at AT&T Stadium where WrestleMania 38 is going to be, or it's going to be in an arena in Texas or something, maybe San Antonio or Dallas or Houston or somewhere in Texas. But we'll see what happens over the next couple of weeks as we get closer and closer to SummerSlam. But they want fans at SummerSlam. I don't know if they can get it, great. If not, I don't know what they're going to do with it. But we'll see. So that's it. So, like I said, final match, I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. The Aftermath, I gave as well 2.5 out of 5 stars. But still, that's the only thing that really saved the show from Abomination. So, my final rating for Monday Night Raw, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Just unbearable and horrible. And I can only imagine what this week is going to be. This week coming up, this Monday on Raw is going to be. We got Lashley and Drew and Braun. What's going to happen with that situation for the 3-way match at Backlash? We'll see what happens with Rhea Ripley. If she defends the belt at Backlash, maybe against Asuka. Who knows? Maybe Omos and AJ come back. I've seen them since WrestleMania. Let's see what happens with that situation. And then and see what we know. We got T-Bar and Mason in this whole 3-way situation. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. So lots of stuff happening on the Raw side for Backlash, and that's that. So hopefully it'll be a better show than this week. Of course, they got 1.77 million viewers. So we'll see what happens on Monday. And that's pretty much it for that. So we'll see. And that's it. So thank you all for watching this video. Check out my other 2 videos in the description box below, my NXT review and my TGC 195. Check them out. Share them with your friends all over the internet. Smash that like button to death. Share the video with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, wherever you share my videos. Don't forget to smash that bell, turn on all my notifications so you never miss an upload. Don't forget to subscribe to my channels as well, and tell your friends about the channels as well. You can post the links on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, wherever. So get the word out, and that's it. All right, everybody, thank you for watching this video. I'm going to grab maybe some snacks, and watch a little bit of TV, edit this video up, and then go to bed and start and get up tomorrow and enjoy the weekend. As tomorrow, we got SmackDown. We got a big stacked SmackDown tomorrow night with we got Big E and Apollo Crews for the Intercontinental title. We got the big one for the Universal title, Roman Reigns, our Tribal Chief, taking on Daniel Bryan. Yes. And if Daniel loses, his career is over on SmackDown. So we'll see if Bryan either wins the belt and stays on SmackDown and ends the Tribal Chief's reign of terror, or he will leave SmackDown forever and probably either go to Raw, go to NXT, or maybe go somewhere else. Because his contract ends in September. So he could leave SmackDown and still be behind the scenes until his contract runs out, or maybe we'll see him on a Raw, or maybe on NXT fighting guys like Pete Dunne or Kushida, or maybe, Adam Cole, baby, again. Maybe we'll see, if he's on Raw, maybe we'll see him against AJ Styles, maybe Drew McIntyre, some people like that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow night on the program. And some other stuff as well going on in that show. Aside with Bayley and Bianca Belair ahead of their SmackDown Women's Title match. We'll see what happens with those two ladies, and some other stuff that might happen on the show tomorrow. But mainly the big match for tomorrow on SmackDown is Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns for the Universal Title. And like I said, if Daniel loses, he is gone from SmackDown and out of Roman Reigns' life. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. What will happen tomorrow? I think it's going to be a good show, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. And hopefully I'll have the review tomorrow night after SmackDown goes off the air, sometime around 11, maybe 11:30, 12 o'clock. Get that video out of the way, and then just chill for the weekend and enjoy my time. Enjoy my weekend. That's all I got to say about that. And yeah, that's it. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Once again, 4.5 out of 10 stars for a measly, crappy Raw. And let me know what you guys think down below in the comments section. You leave your questions down below as well. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, dislike the video. I don't really give two craps. Hit the bell, like I said. Share the video all over the internet. And follow me on social media. Smash that like button to death. And watch my other videos on my respective channels. I'm on my NXT and TDC 195 videos down below in the gobbledygook. So check them out, share them with your friends, and that's it. So thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your night, and a great weekend, everybody. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Ha!